Welcome to another DorkLair collecting video. This is going to be a quick one. I wasn't even really planning on doing this one, but because of the way the podcast released and the fact that a bunch of news dropped in between recording DorkLair podcast episode 123 and releasing the episode, there was a bunch of news from Wonder Festival 2020 winter event in Japan. And there were some really neat things. So I want to get that stuff out there, talk about it a little bit, and share it with the DorkLair audience. So right before I start, I just want to mention that pay attention to the images. I'm going to be crediting the photographers who took these photos, or at least who shared these photos. As far as I can tell, these are the original sources of these photos. A couple main ones is Facebook user named Toys Selected with a Z, Toys Selected, link down below. And then the other one is Ami News. Ami's like news source. So like I'll link those below, follow those, but just kind of pay attention. Each photo will have a little notification underneath, like saying whose photos belong to whom, and jumping right into this. So for MCU fans, Spidey fans, we do not have a shortage of Spider-Monkey figures. So currently the SH Figure Arts one just released. This is the stealth suit Spider-Man from Far From Home. The Mezco one is up for pre-order right now. That's the one I ordered. And now we have the MAFEX one too. So I think the standout thing for this one is the Tony Stark glasses, which the Mezco doesn't. So I'm a little jealous of that. But I don't think I'll be ordering this one. But it's really cool. It looks great. So we have that for MCU. Then following that up, continuing with MCU, we have some Endgame figures. So we have sort of our Endgame Trinity here. They have the Captain America. Looks really nice. The sculpt work on the pants in particular really strike me as very well done. The boots look fantastic. And they're known for some pretty good weathering, so I bet the paintwork's going to be pretty awesome. I think the one question with MAFEX is like the likenesses. I saw some pictures of their what is it? They are Black Panthers out right now, and I saw some pictures of that one, and it looked pretty good. Maybe not quite like up to the level of, like an $80+ figure potentially, but it looked decent. Then next up is the Iron Man Mark 85 from Endgame as well. And again, these just look fantastic to me. They look awesome. I won't be getting into, I really just don't collect too much MCU stuff aside from the Mezcos that I have, and the Spider-Man figures. But so here's the Iron Man. And then finally we have Thor from Endgame as well, and he's got both the hammer and the Stormbreaker. So he's got a cape on there. He's not painted yet, so obviously MAFEX has they've had some pretty cool paint work in the past. With like the one that comes to my mind is Boba Fett. So hopefully they'll all be up to that level. I know there were some issues with some consistency on their comic book Spidey, but these are MCU figures and definitely a different beast. But so we have our Avengers Endgame Trinity now revealed, and I've already seen people trying to sell off their SH Figure Arts ones, which these three from Figure Arts I think are actually fetching a decent price. So if you did want to make the switch over, I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to conjure up the money to do so. And then they had a, kind of like the full display. Toys Selected had a great shot of the full MCU display there of what they have so far. So that line's filling out rather nicely. And then transitioning over to their comic Marvel stuff. The one big addition here is Magneto. And I've heard some people kind of gripe a little bit about the fact that Magneto is this version. It's a very specific version that's not terribly in line with like the 90s kind of Jim Lee stuff, like the Tiger Stripe Wolverine and that Cyclops and so on, because it's different. He's got like the red cape and he's got the long hair and so on. But I would imagine it's going to come at least with the masked head, and at that point, it'll look kind of more like what you would think of as like a traditional Magneto, in my opinion. But I think really what's going to come down to is, are they going to switch it over to a purple cape? Is it going to come with a separate cape? Because I think the purple cape makes a difference as well. But, overall it looks pretty good. It looks like a MAFEX Magneto. I don't know that I'll get it, but looks decent. And then moving on to DC. So they had a couple new comic Batman figures, and they have this black and gray version of the Hush Batman, or at least I believe it's the Hush Batman. And that one looks great. I'm going to have a hard time figuring out what I'm going to get for these because I want them all. They look amazing. And so we've kind of seen that one in the blue, and now we're seeing it in the black and gray. But the big reveal to me was the Dark Knight Returns Joker. So that's really cool. Joker in the white suit there, kind of a buffer, bigger Joker. Everybody's buff and big in that comic, so, that's just how it is. But, yeah, that's going to be one I'm 100% going to pre-order as soon as it's available. So, yeah, so Joker revealed. That was another big one there. So I'd say the big ones, really, like the kind of like flashy big ones would be, they revealed that Magneto, and then they revealed this Joker in terms of like brand new sculpts, brand new figures. So then they had on display, they had all of the comic book DC stuff here. And so Catwoman's in the mix, and then you have that new Batman mixed in with the other. So the Hush Batman, the Hush Superman that are already on pre-order. Catwoman's on pre-order. And then the two Dark Knight Returns Batmans, those are both already on pre-order. So then we're adding the Joker, and we're adding the black caped, black cowled Hush Batman. And then something that's a total wild card here, we have Flame Toys, who I think are mostly known for their model kits. They do a lot of Transformers model kits. So Batman Arkham Knight is a brand new license to them, and this is an action figure according to their website. They're calling it a brand new line. So they basically have 3 lines currently. They have their action figures, which are, I think there's only one. It's the Optimus Prime that looks incredible. It's like a 6-inch Optimus Prime. It looks like weathered really well. And then they have, and those, I think those are in like the $60 to $70 range. Then they have their Transformers that are model kits in the like $30, $40 range. And then they have some like higher end premium action figure die cast thing. And I think those are 100 or 200, or I think they're in the like 1 to 200 range maybe. I don't really know much about them. But this is, according to their website, an action figure. But it will also have die cast. They didn't say the scale. It's really hard to tell if this is going to be in that like $200 super premium figure range, or if this is going to be in that 60 to 80, or is it going to be something totally different? Maybe it'll be in between. But this Arkham Knight figure looks really good. I don't really know much about Arkham Knight, but it just looks like a sick design. It looks really neat, and I thought it would be appropriate to kind of share that with people who are really into that game, might want to pick up this figure. So that'll do it for my video. Remember to check out the links below to go follow the people who actually provided us with these awesome photos, awesome reveals from Wonder Festival 2020 Winter. Thanks for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you.